Hello, my collectors, my loves, my angels. How are you? Happy birthday to those of you who are celebrating a birthday today, my Cancers. Congratulations for those of you who are celebrating something special in your lives. And good well wishes for those of you who are feeling a little under the weather, feeling a little down, feeling a little blue. So I want to go ahead and invite Michael the Archangel. I ask that you step into my safe space. You protect me as I dive into the energy for the collective. You protect not only myself, but my family, my friends, and collective as they go on their healing journey, their spiritual walk. I ask that my ancestors, my guardian angels, my spirit guides that watch over me and protect me with the shield of protection. You continue to do so. Continue to channel through me. Continue to allow me to see the unseen, hear the unheard, and give voice to those that collect this mind that just didn't feel strong enough to stand in their truth, face their fears, and deal with their insecurities. I ask that Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Hamiel, you allow my voice to carry, to reach those that it needs to in the time and space that only you know they need to receive it. Guide them to my channel in order to receive the message that you have clearly stated for them at the time that they should. So collective, we're going to go over some cards right now, and this is not our regular tarot. This is going to be our Lamore deck. It speaks very specifically to what's going on in the energy around you. Bear with me. School is out. I have a little one, so I'm working with it. If you hear any noise in the background, don't give in to the distraction. Just focus on what I'm telling you. Focus on if I'm clarifying something that you've already thought, okay? With that being said, let's go ahead and bless the table, because I do see a lot of things out here that I do want to go over with you guys about what could have played out and the connection in the situation. Bless me, Father. And what could have really... Let's just get through this. First of all, I'm excited to see this anchor. Excited and yet not. Anchor can mean so many things to many people. I actually have an anchor tattoo on my side, because I feel like I'm rooted in spirit, rooted in spirituality, rooted in my faith, rooted in who I am, and my knowing of myself, my truth, right? In this situation, though, I have to tell you, with this anchor, that tells me that there was some type of delay, there was some type of pause, there was some type of hesitation, if you will, all right? Stability, yes, but it was a type of stability where someone felt stable in another situation, whether they're in another relationship or just stable in the position that they felt like they were in their life, whether it was their finances or just the environment or the circle they created around themselves. This is somebody that felt like they had a sense of balance in their life, but that sense of balance that they had was really just an illusion. It was temporary, right? It was not personal. This is somebody that was looking for some type of peace or order in their life, but somebody that was also doing a lot of procrastinating as to what they need to do. Again, the anchor is temporary. It's not permanent. It's not permanent structure. So they were going to just sit there with this anchor, temporary, holding them in a place until whenever they made up their mind to move, then they would remove this anchor and move on. But I feel like it's somebody that had you sitting there for a long time, delaying whatever they was that they were promising you, whatever it is you were hoping for. With that being said, with the next card actually, being the moon, and being the moon in reverse here, as you see. So this is a situation where someone, I feel like they wanted to embrace some type of new beginning. I'm sorry. Eight is prevalent to someone. So they wanted to embrace a new beginning with you, right? They wanted to overcome the stagnation, and they wanted to find hope, because they could have been dealing with some type of challenges in their life, okay? But then the other number on here is a 32. And so this was somebody who was confused. They were confused. They lacked inspiration. They misinterpret what your connection was. They could have thought that this was a temporary lust or friends with benefits, not knowing that you were a key player in their life to help take them to the next level. You guys were supposed to build something. This is somebody that wasn't sure about their emotions. Is this lust? Is this love? Am I moving too fast? This is somebody who could have even often dreamt about you at times, right? With the cross, another one of my tattoos. So this is an overall meaning. Let's know generally, clearly, you were sent to this person's path. Let's just say that, point blank simple. But now this person dealing with some karma, right? They're suffering in their environment in some type of way. This is somebody suffering due to the difficulties that they had in the past to make a decision, to move on, to get out of temporary and move towards some type of permanent decision. Regardless of which direction to go on that permanent decision, they couldn't just stay in life stagnant, holding on to temporary situations, right? So this is somebody that had a lot of fear, had a lot of pain, has a lot of sadness going on in their life right now, dealing with a lot of emotional turmoil in their relationships, in their environment. This is somebody who could feel like they're going through a difficult period in their current relationships right now, whether it's with family, whether it's with friends, whether it's within a community. There's a lot of misunderstandings going on around them. If you notice that this is in water and yet standing right in the middle. This is in land and standing yet right in the middle, right? This could have been an earth and water sign. So this could have been a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And this could have been a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Either way, it's standing in the middle of everything around them. So someone was just standing, they were either at a crossroad or something was standing in the middle of their growth and moving forward. With the water, definitely someone's in a lot of emotions here. And I say that because our next card we have is this fireman out here and what is he doing? Yeah, again, standing in water, trying to clean up. So somebody wants to clean up their life. They are under a lot of emotions at this time, looking for support, looking for help, no doubt. But this is somebody that has a lot of disharmony, right? Again, more disputes going on around them in their environment. Someone who fell victim or participated in gossip. Somebody feel like they're being punished. Somebody that has a lot of secrets being exposed right now. Somebody that, people are questioning because they want clarity. They want to have situations clarified. They may be looking for, clarification in some of the decisions or situations they've gotten themselves into. This really gives of an irritable state that they find themselves in. Somebody dealing with a lot of stress and emotional experiences due to the disputes and conflicts that's going on in their lives. Somebody could be losing money, losing businesses, losing partnerships, losing trust among their colleagues due to conflicts or that they had with and without business, even within their family. Again, this is somebody that wants to clean up after the storm. So this lets me know things have with this cross coming out, it's like, okay, karma, now we already know karma is here because of the moon in reverse, but we now know that it's time to pay the piper. Like justice is being served here, like the Lord is here to collect the cross. Is here, is resurrection time, right? And now it's time. You're going to have to clean up your life because now you're being called to the pulpit. Now you're being called to answer for what you've done. Okay, this is a situation that's going on. We do have the book in reverse. Just to look before I even take the 26, I want to look at the 10. So we definitely know that something's over, right? It's ended, whether it's a cycle, whether it's your procrastination, something has come to an end. So we know that somebody at some point in time with all the procrastination they were doing, they were trying to avoid some type of danger. They were trying to delay their decisions. This was somebody who thought that they could run from any type of potential harmful news or avoid giving somebody harmful news of saying that they don't want to be there or they're not interested or something's not working, right? Now let's deal with this 26 at the top. This is somebody that had a lack of interest in learning the lessons. They avoided personal growth or they had difficulties in uncovering hidden information. It's like they stayed confused, but confused on purpose, because I feel like deep down inside, the intuition was telling them something they didn't want to learn. They didn't want to listen. They felt like they knew it all. This is a very arrogant person, right? Somebody with the lights upside down. They didn't listen to their intuition, and they never received clarity. So this is somebody who stayed in the fog when it came to a lot of situations that were going on around them, to say the least, right? So now let's take it to the clouds, which came underneath the anchor. So we have a 6 here. 6 talks about partnership. So this is definitely a partnership situation here that's in the clouds. Somebody had their head in the clouds. Okay, when it came to you, all right, someone was trying to navigate through their own temporary difficulties. This is also somebody that caused a lot of conflicts, had a lot of conflicts going on around them. There were moments that they went through of anxiety, probably at the fact that they felt like they need to make a decision but didn't know what decision to make. All right, this is somebody who was going through a very unpleasant period, and they were hoping that if they just waited long enough, the unpleasant period would just pass itself. A decision would be made on its own without any work done. It's like they were just waiting for something to fix itself or change itself, right? This is somebody who had a lot of doubts, a lot of disharmony, a lot of ambiguity when it came to their personal matters. If you were in love with this person, and this person, they could have been in love, but they misunderstood that. They thought that whatever temporary conflicts you guys had, it would just blow under, that just give a little time and it pass away. They never thought that your temporary conflicts would eventually lead to the loss of trust or lead to the loss of you. This is money that definitely was putting money above their relationship. They had a lot of financial situations going on. They felt like they had a lot of obstacles and goals that also ended up to be a potential loss. So not only did they lose you, but whatever they were investing in financially, or whatever those goals they set for themselves that they were trying to accomplish, that they put ahead of you, they didn't manifest, so they lost those as well. Definitely emphasis on, I told you, with the two things standing in the middle of the road, right? Somebody felt like they were at a crossroad, or definitely something was standing in between the way of the two of you coming together. Because it's 22, I'm going to say too, today is the 22nd, so something can happen today. 22 goes to a 4 that talks about stability, emotional, spiritually, physically, mentally, financially. Also, somebody could be at life path 22 as well, which would give them a high spiritual ranking. But this can also talk about just finding the right solution in a situation, right? A situation that requires someone to make a decision and finally weigh out multiple options. I do feel like with this being card being coming to, they are reaching, you or someone in the energy is finally reaching the end of a certain life cycle, where the doubts, the worries, the trials of their that they've been dealing with, they're finally making a decision within themselves to make a change. If this is about love, I feel like the stagnation that was within your relationship, or stagnation with some other partner, there's a crucial choice being made now about the future of that relationship, whether we're going to be a couple, whether we're going to separate, whether we're going to divorce, we're going to move on, or whatever we're going to do. You know, they made a decision now. We're not going to stand here in the middle. Nothing's going to stand between us. It's time has come. A decision has to be made. Even so, because remember I told you the cross is here. It's like, no, it's time to come to the altar. Time to do something. We do have the garden, and we see the garden. We know that it's a time of gathering, right? It's a time of gathering with your friends, with your loved ones, with your sincere company. It's time for good times, and you know, in the environment. It's joy, it's happiness, it's delight, it's fun experience for everybody within the community. It's you meeting new acquaintances, or somebody meeting new acquaintances, going out on dates, have romantic feelings, romantic encounters, socializing, spending time with your family. If you've been getting into business, your money getting better, you're building relationships with your coworkers, and you're professional, you're getting going towards opening up new businesses. Again, with that 8 at the top, somebody's experiencing some karma, somebody's experiencing some dharma in this situation as well. Okay. Also, with that 8 at the top, it's letting me, it speaks too about an end. You're putting things in the past, embracing new, transforming, moving forward, you know. No more emotional challenges for you. You are tired of facing disappointments. Now you're navigating through the difficult times. Now you're navigating and embracing a new beginning for yourself. And again, this comes right underneath the cross. So here we are. Now that the resurrection, now the death and rebirth, this is what you have. You have all these good things coming in for you, right? This is what, and we're going to finish this off with the 4, the stability, like I talked about. Some of you could be buying a new house or moving, all right, getting support, but some of you are just finding security, you know, just in yourself, a sense of belonging to something, to an environment, to a relationship, to a job, to your purpose. You're realizing it's more about the quality that you have with your family and friends, in the conversations, quality in those conversations you have, and not so much the quantity of those you have around you. Some of you are looking for some very prosperous real estate to purchase, and some of you will, to in order to expand your business, your life, your home life especially. You feel a sense of family and love and stability within your life, you know. If you met somebody, there is definitely mutual understanding between the two of you. There's going to be support between the two of you. Money's going to get better. Money coming in from both sides to successfully reach whatever it is that you want to reach. So this is really a good read. It looks like in the past, it definitely dealt with confusion, crossroads, delays, procrastination. Someone now wants to clean up this mess. Now, whether or not you allow somebody to come back into your life, that's going to, be another situation. So let me just kind of see if I can find out what this let me see if I can get something on this. You guys are going forward. You're going forward. You know, those who try to stand in your way, they're being dealt with. The confusion is over. They had to sit with themselves. They realized they made a mess. They realized they got lost. They didn't pay attention. All right. You guys are gathering. So this could be 2 people, 2 different energies. Yeah. Emphasis, a new beginning. You guys going towards a new beginning. Emphasis on that. You're going towards a new beginning in love. Some of you are going to be having a baby. All right. And those who didn't want to do the work, that want you to know they're coming back, they're not. They're going to be somewhere repeating a cycle. They're not coming back. I told you, I felt an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn was in a situation somewhere who was a liar to you. Still lying, okay? They want to travel, but they can't reach you. You're going out here, you're dating new people. Emphasis on you, love coming in, and you going to a new experience. Emphasis on somebody wants to communicate with you, come in and confess something to you. This was somebody that was addicted to money, addicted to material things, addicted to power, everything. They had unhealthy habits and addictions, and you had to move on from them. Move on from them because they were a damn narcissist, and you didn't have the time, the place, or the energy, and your intuition told you it was time to put some distance between you and that person. All right? Yes. And confirmation too, if you guys even rolled this back a few minutes, I told you, I said I felt with these two standing in the middle and with it being water and land, I feel like this was a dynamic between the earth sign and a water sign. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and a Cancer, Leo, Pisces. Here's my water sign. I felt it, okay? And I already showed you, where's that earth sign that I just showed you? And my earth sign. I told you, I felt like these are the main signs, the main players on this reading today. All right, the main players. So with that being said, I'm going to cut this reading short. My outside noise is getting a little loud. Don't want to disturb you guys. So remember, this is our space, not mine. What's meant for you, I always find you here. You're never meant to walk this alone, and you won't. Okay, so together we stand, together we rise. And just remember, until I see you again, collectors, my loves. Emphasis off too, one more thing. There's going to be, with these two signs involved, some health issues revolving around their sexuality. So it's possible that there's been some type of STD going on with them, shared with them for how they've been acting. So you may hear, or you may not hear, or you may not care about what they have going between their legs, but there's definitely, they have a shared health issue with their sexual parts going on, okay? All right, so this is my read. Until I see you again, my loves. Bye.